I bought all of the parts that I need to build my own dream watch from AliExpress. This is something that I've been really wanting to do for a very long time. I love watches, and it just looked like so much fun to put together your own watch. And it's also fairly inexpensive. All of this stuff has not exceeded £100 or about, $120, $130, which is not a lot of money to pay for a watch. And this is going to be an automatic watch. It's a Seiko movement, although I believe it's a Chinese knockoff of the Seiko movement. But I was thinking, if this watch is really cool and I really like it, I can actually buy a proper Seiko movement for it if it needs it. But the chances are this is probably going to work absolutely fine. But it's so fake that even the movement is a copy of an existing movement. So here is the case, and it's going to look like a Rolex. Sorry if you're not happy with that, but I can't afford a real one of those, and I want one. So this one is going to look like that, but it's not going to have a dial on it that looks like a Rolex. So if someone looks at it up close, I can just say, no, it's not a Rolex. Look, there's nothing on it that says Rolex. It's just from a distance. It's that oyster case. But a lot of companies actually use that sort of design and the bracelet design of the oyster bracelet on their watches. And Seiko is a company that definitely does that. So how do I begin? Well, what we're going to do is fit the dial and the hands. That's like the first thing that we need to do. And honestly, my experience of this is very, very, very limited. I've not done a lot of things watch related in the past. I've replaced some gaskets and stuff, but that pretty much just involves unscrewing the case back and putting some grease on the gasket and then just putting it back in and screwing the case back down. So I don't have a lot of experience, but I have tools. And I have finger condoms, which are a big part of the watchmaking world. I've got a watch cushion. I also had to invest in some hand pushers. And also, if you're watching this and you think that you know anything about watches and you know that I don't know anything about watches, spare the nasty comments, because there's going to be plenty of moments where a nasty comment is justified. But I'm just learning. I'm learning. This is a douche. So, yeah, I really don't know where to start. I think I'm going to start by rolling up my sleeves and placing my finger condoms on my fingers. So we're going to go with one on the thumb and one on the index finger. And we're going to do the same on the other side as well. These just look hilarious. So here we go. They're all wrapped up and protected. Maybe just for the sake of it, I should put them on my... my middle finger as well. Let's do that. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm a proper professional. Okay, so let's take out the movement, because what we need to do is put the dial onto the watch movement. This is the watch movement right here. You can see that it's got a calendar complication. There's a temporary crown on here, which seems to be doing some things. I wonder if I can't push it in. Oh, I can pull it out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is working, which is a good start. You can see there the balance wheel is moving, and this is the weight that that allows the automatic movement to work. I don't know all of the words, to be honest with you. And then let's take a look at the dial that I've gone for. Now, this is a really, really cool dial. So the dial that I've gone for is actually made by a designer here, and this is an article about it, but yeah, it just looked so cool. And then I saw that there's knockoff ones on AliExpress, and I just was like, yes, absolutely, yes, please. And it hasn't got the Rolex logo on it. So honestly, from a distance, it's gonna look like a Rolex, but then when someone looks up close, there's absolutely no signs of it being a Rolex whatsoever. And that's important, I think. I don't want to try and pass this off as being something that it's not. Okay, I've got no idea how to put a dial on a watch, but I'm going to start by putting it where I think it should go. And then if I look on the side, oh yeah, look, there's actually some little holes for these legs. Why does it look like that one's bent? I'm going to now attempt to bend this dial leg back straight again, because I don't know if you can see, but it's kicked up there and it doesn't seem to want to go down onto the movement. So I'm going to now attempt to bend that up. It could snap off and this whole video ends. I think I did it. Let's see if that now goes on a little bit easier. Oh yeah. There we go. It's on. Nice and flush. Okay, next up is the hands. Now this is truly terrifying. So these are the hands that I've gone for. So these ones look like regular Rolex hands, but they're blue. There's the hour hand there, the minute hand, and then the second hand. So let's now attempt to put those on. So I think what the watch people do is set the the date to change, and then they know that that's at like 12 o'clock. Is it gonna do it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's gonna be 12 o'clock there, isn't it? Okay, so hands time. I'm actually gonna stop talking because I think I'm gonna spit on the dial. Now we can use the new tools to push the hour hand on. There's the hour hand. That's a good start. Right, next up we've got the minute hand. The minute hand is now on. So I have the hour hand and the minute hand on, and if you look, and also it's not hitting it. I've looked really closely and it glides straight over and doesn't hit it. So that's good. I don't really know if I'm doing this correctly, but it seems to be all going okay. And then the final one to put on is the second hand. Oh my goodness me, it's moving. It's moving. Although I have definitely gotten that wrong. The date and the date and the hands are not. Yeah. I've messed that up. I've messed that up. Oh no. Oh, that's close. I'm happy with that. Okay, well that was incredibly stressful, but the great news is the cost of new hands is like £3 and the cost of a new dial is like 10. So this is all just a learning experience for me, and if anything goes wrong, there's no real world consequence other than £15 to just replace everything that I'm doing. And then we get to put it in this case and nothing can really go wrong with that. Let's unscrew the back of this case and take this off. And I think my plan is to remove the little crown that's in there. There we go. And then we can flip this over and remove that temporary crown, which is done by just pressing down on a tiny little button, which is really difficult to do one-handed and film whilst suspending the dial so that the hands don't break. But this is, you know, the kind of things that Rolex engineers are trained for. So there we go, perfect, seamless, absolutely seamless. And then we can flip that over like so and give it a bit of a blow with the douche, like that. And we're going to do the inside of the case as well. And then we can place the case over the top of the movement and hopefully make sure that it's all aligned. My head's going to get in the way here. Right, okay, so everything is now situated in there and I'm happy with that. So the next thing we need to do is fit the crown onto the crown stem. Now, the one thing I'm not sure on about this is, do I need to cut down the crown stem? Okay, you can see that that sticks out way too much, like far, far, far too much. So I cut down the stem, maybe too short, but it seems to be absolutely fine. I've tested it, and now I'm just filing off the edge. Again, I don't know if this is like correct etiquette, but I'm just gonna put a tiny, 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 tiny bit of super glue on my mat. That's not what I wanted to do. Great, well, I'm just gonna leave that. Sort that out in a second. In fact, that is exactly what I meant to do. What I meant to do was put it on my mat so that I can dip the end in like so. There we go. All the way. And then there's a little flat bit on the crown, on the stem, and you can just sort of pinch your tweezers into that and then give the crown a real good twist all the way in. And there we have it. There we go. The good news about all of this is that if anything goes wrong, you can just buy the replacement part on AliExpress and you've lost nothing. I mean, it's pittance. Like, I mean, I bet you on AliExpress a new stem is going to be like £1, or you can probably buy a pack of 10. Let's grease the gasket. Obviously, if you're doing this on a watch that's actually valuable, that's going to be a problem. But this is all aftermarket parts. It's not got real value to it other than the cost of it, which is just, you know, a few pounds here or there. And I'm getting all of the experience, which is the most important part. Okay, let's put this back down now. For this, I'm actually going to take these little finger condoms things off because I can't feel my fingers anymore. And I'm going to use my uninflated watch ball to tighten that up. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Wow. I mean, I am really, really, really pleased with this. So the hands is ticking, which is a good sign. Let's unscrew this crown. There you go. That's unscrewed. And then we can put it out one. It's going to change the date. Put it out all the way. It's going to change the time. I can't work out if I've cut it too short. I think I maybe have. Because, like, should it have a bit more spring to it? Maybe I've cut it a bit short. You know what? I'm going to go and get an automatic watch and have a look. Yeah, you see how it has a little bit of spring there, though, even on the innermost sort of click. You've got the date one here, and then pull it out one more, and you've got your hands. Also, I'm curious to see how accurate. Oh. Oh, it wasn't even that accurate. But yeah, if you push it all the way in, you've got just that little bit of give. But let's now see if when I screw it down, it winds the watch up. Yeah, it is. I can hear it doing it. So, I actually think that this is fine. It just doesn't have any play on its sort of innermost setting, and that I think is probably a problem. There's probably some damage that it might do to the threads as a result of that. For now, it works, and that is probably the most important thing. It just is going to mean that I'm going to need to order some crowns from AliExpress, but or some stems rather from AliExpress, but they're not going to be very expensive at all. And I've got the experience now, which is the most important thing. Right, let's set the time and date. So it's 2 minutes past 2. Now the problem obviously with this watch is to get that unbelievably accurate is going to be quite hard. So there we go. Right, and then let's set the date. We can wind it up. And then what we're going to do is put the bracelet on. So this is where things pretty much just finish up. Now, it's come with 2 spare little spring bars, and it's come with a screwdriver that's going to be to adjust the size of this. Now, I know this is probably not the perfect way to do this, but it's going to be fine. I'm going to guide one end in with my nail so that it's all the way in, and then very gently, making sure not to press down because you don't want to scratch the case. Oh yeah, that's gone in. Honestly, if anybody who's actually a watchmaker watches this, they're going to be deeply offended. Oh yes. Oh no. Oh damn. Oh damn, that looks so sick. Oh, I'm so pleased with it. And also the fact that I'm making a video about me building this means that if you ever see it in my videos, we can all know that it's fake and we don't have to pretend it is a fake watch. I'm not trying to hide that, but that looks epic. I'm so pleased with that. I'm gonna take both of these out because I honestly think that this is too big. So let's just go ahead and remove both of these. There it is. It's perfect. Look at that. Oh, yes, that is so sick. I am honestly so happy with that. Beyond words, I'm speechless. I am so happy with that. It's just everything I wanted it to be. Honestly, I'm going to go outside now and look at it in the sun. I am so pleased with it. It just looks so great. What a fun little activity. I learned a lot. It was £100, which is like, you know, you could spend that on a night out. Some people do, and I learned a lot. I had a lot of fun with it. What an epic little piece of kit. I know it's fake, but I don't really care. Fake it till you make it. Look at that dial. Who cares? I'm already late. What an epic thing. Absolutely loved it. Thanks very much for watching. Please go easy on me in the comments. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.